It's no secret at this point that video is a really powerful way to engage your audience, build your authority, and warm casual prospects up to the point where they're much more likely to actually want to work with you. And you probably already know that creating those helpful how-to videos on social and adding video testimonials to your website can get you all those results. But what about the lesser known ways that most businesses either don't know about or just aren't really using? That's what this video is all about. So I'm going to take you through 5 of my favorite under the radar ways that you can use video right on your website to boost the number of bookings, appointments, and conversions that you can get. And all those things mean more clients and more dollars, so trust me when I say you're not going to want to miss any of these. And no, you don't have to use all of them, but I just want you to pick out a couple that you think make the most sense for your own situation, and you're going to start seeing some pretty great results. So if you offer a paid service, you might want to consider selling your service with a mini webinar. Whether you call it a webinar or a masterclass or an on-demand training, webinars can be amazing sales tools when you do them right. And they usually go a little something like this. You promise to teach them how to solve a very specific problem for themselves, and you do with an upfront teaching segment in the webinar. But then you seamlessly segue into a pitch for your paid offer. But traditional webinars can be long and really time-consuming to produce, but a mini webinar is going to accomplish the same thing for you in a much tighter time span. So think of it like about 10 minutes of teaching followed by a tight 3 to 5 minutes of selling at the end. And you can use this in a few ways, right? You can simply stick it right on your website where anyone can watch it at any time. If you did this, I would definitely recommend putting it on a dedicated page with just the video player and pretty much nothing else. Then you're going to put the link for that right up in the main header navigation on your entire website. Or you could go the more traditional webinar funnel route where they need to opt into it with their email address, which is actually what I'm going to recommend you do here. This is not only going to help you build your email list, which is super important to the health of any business, even yours, but this is also going to let you follow up with them with an automated email sequence after they've watched the webinar. That's where the bulk of your conversions are going to come in. And the reason why this type of video works so well is because the value is built right in before the sale is ever even asked for. So just make sure though you're actually delivering on the promise of the webinar, and then the way you'd segue into selling is just by positioning your paid service as the next logical step of going even further and being able to help them even more. And with a mini webinar format, I don't recommend going for a really hard sell here. Keep the vibe helpful, like you would just love to be able to help them, not that they really need to buy something. Okay, next up, you can use a short video or videos on your website that directly address and then hopefully overcome some of your biggest objections. So first, you need to make a short list of the objections or hesitations that most prospects are going to have when it comes to working with you. Then, right next to that objection, you're going to write out a quick rebuttal or how you would challenge or even disprove that hesitation. Then you just want to create a really quick video that makes your point. You can go super direct and just start it by saying something like, I know my clients and many of them have told me they were worried about fill in the blank, but here's the truth. Something like that can work really well. Then you just want to decide where to put it on your website. I personally like handling objections in an FAQ section, or if it's a big enough objection that a lot of people have, you might even want to create a dedicated section for it right on the homepage. So you probably already know that video testimonials are gold and you should absolutely be using them if you have them. But this video is going to be more off the beaten path, and I'm going to bring up an idea that's similar to a testimonial, but you have way more control over it. I'm talking about a video case study. And if that sounds boring or dry, it really doesn't have to be, and honestly, it really shouldn't be. All you need to do is lay out a really short, simple story of how you helped one client go from, this sad before state to this happier after state. So start the story with what their problem was, what they'd tried already to solve it, and why that didn't really work. Then they found you, and you did this and this for them, and now this is the result. And of course, it always helps if you can include any statistics or hard numbers in the results, but depending on what you do, that may or may not be relevant. And you can go super simple with this one too. What I might recommend is starting where you're talking directly to the camera, like I'm doing here, and then maybe you can switch to slides where you go through the services you offered as well as the results. Or if you want to be fancy, you could go fancier with B-roll shots of your client doing whatever makes sense for the situation. So if you're a dog trainer, you might just get some video of your client playing with their dog and the dog being a really good boy. Now, of course, that's all optional, but if you can get it, it's gonna help you tell the story that much better. Okay, now I absolutely love this next idea so much that I actually use it myself on certain pages of my own website, and that is a video chat bubble. So having a live chat feature on your website is really key to getting more conversions for the simple reason that most people who are on your site are just researching. And not only are they not ready to buy yet, they're really not even ready to email you or call you at this point either. But live chat is a completely different story. People are willing to ask questions on a live chat feature even on their first visit to your site. And this can lead to higher conversion rates for almost every business that uses chat on their site. And guess what? You can combine all those benefits with the trust building power of video to convert clients even better. Because I recently stumbled across the warm welcome video chat bubble widget on a consulting client's website, and I just fell in love with it. It's an amazing way to inject some humanity into your website and welcome people, prompting them to just ask you any questions they have. And they give them the option of asking by a standard text, just typing it in, or they can ask by audio or even sending a video. Then you have the same options to respond back to them. So what I recommend doing is just using the audio response feature. It's much less intrusive on your life to just hold it down and talk out your answer than having to get all camera ready, and it still comes across as incredibly personal. I added this to a few of my sales pages on my own website, and this little guy right here is responsible for at least a few sales over a 3-day period. And if you want to know more about how to add this to your own website, I'm going to leave a link to a video I did a few months back, and I'm going to drop my affiliate link that's going to get you an extended 2-month free trial so that you can at least try it and see if it doesn't help you get more clients. So now let's say you've got someone who's scheduled a consultation or an appointment with you, whether it's a paid service appointment or a free consultation. What comes next? You can use video here too to provide some really amazing customer service, which in the case of a free consultation is going to dramatically increase the show up rate of people who otherwise, miss their appointment. Or in the case of a paid appointment, it's at the very least going to set the stage for a fantastic customer experience, which can lead to more appointments in the future. And this is another thing that I use myself, and that's personalized video welcome messages. I use a service called Bonjoro, and I send personalized welcome messages to every single person who enrolls into my paid program, the Profitable Website Launchpad. And the cool thing is, it's all automated. So when someone buys, the sales platform integrates with Bonjoro, and I get a little ding on my phone that I just made a sale and I need to send a welcome message. Then I just pull it up on my phone and then I record a quick 20 to 30 second video welcoming them by name into the program. I like to give them their first step, which is to join our Facebook group. And for you, you may want to let them know what to expect on your call or what to prepare in advance so that it can be as productive a meeting as possible. And this kind of personal attention is rare these days, so it can really help you stand out and get more people to actually show up, where you can close them as a paying client. And when it comes to getting more clients from your website, there is so much more to talk about. And I've got a free masterclass training where I'll show you exactly how you can create the kind of website that's going to put client generation on autopilot. So just click right here and register with your email address, and I'm going to send you your copy of the training video right away. Thousands of service business owners are doing really big things as a direct result of what they learned here, and I want the same for you too. So just click right here, and I'll see you in the very special training.